Hello, welcome in. Get out the cold. Remember, shoes off at the front door. Get some snacks and come take a seat and join us here in the Music Shack with both
Ray.
and Jack. And we're back. We're here with another exciting bonus episode, which is very topical. I'm going to be showing Ray, probably one of my favourite artists in the industry right
I'm
now.
so excited.
This has been like, I think I told you not to listen to like anything so we could do this, and I'm like, we're now doing it because she's going to be on an interview with us. So I thought obviously nothing better to be like, I'm obsessed with her music. I've listened to, I think at the start of this year, and I'll go into the backstory a little bit more. She, for the longest time, she had nothing on Spotify. She was like slowly releasing stuff, but she just dropped her debut EP called You Can't Put a Price on Fun, and has been releasing songs on SoundCloud for which feels like forever. I found her, and then there was no music to really go to on SoundCloud, on Spotify, so I went to SoundCloud and found our old discography, and since then I've just kind of been listening to it more. So I wanted to obviously let Ray experience these songs and the artistry that Chloe creates, and like sort of like a mix of the different styles and stuff she's been producing. But Chloe Slater is a 21 now year old artist, originally from Bournemouth, can never pronounce, making her waves in the lovely city of Manchester. Now she lives there, or she's like moved there. She's been around for a little bit. She's been releasing songs on her SoundCloud like literally all the way back. I obviously like have been a fan for a while, never been able to attend a concert. I attended one during a charity gig on Sunday, like the Sunday like 2 weeks after like when the week before this came out, I can't remember. And she is one of the sweetest, like most down to earth people I've probably ever met. It was such a good opportunity to kind of just chat with her a little bit about her music, but didn't go into it too much because we'll be doing that more. But she's seen a lot of recent success through platforms such as like TikTok and Reels. She was kind of at it with one of her like official debut singles for a while on TikTok, and didn't really find any traction with it. And like if you ever go back on all of our old like TikToks, there is so many different like attempts at trying of like different styles and stuff, and just nothing was hitting. But then she started teasing her song that is sort of like everywhere at the minute when you're like kind of coming across Chloe. This is the song that everybody's coming across, and that is the song we'll be going into in a bit time, but it's 24 hours. That kind of blew her up, reaching like I believe she's on like 42,000 like Instagram followers. She's on 108,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, huge on TikTok. And it's like really cool to see because obviously she's been at it for a while, and she was like, nothing's gonna ever stick, but something did stick. Her music's quite political, and there's a lot of like things she speaks about in her songs that obviously relate to a bunch of people in the UK and just around the world, with how like politicians are dealing with things, or like how things are happening in the world, like the crisis, the cost of living crisis, and then all this stuff going on in the world, which is like something obviously really important to talk about. She's very young, and there is like kind of a balance of like hate and like on socials, as you'll always get that when someone blows up. People are like, why are you talking about this, you're so young? But it's incredibly important for young people to talk about politics because it's our world. We're going to be growing up and dealing with the consequences of these like situations.
I agree.
But it's
old people say that because they know that we're right and they don't want us to have any influence.
Well, we're not. Before we get into like politics, the people that cost one of like the biggest votes recently, the last couple of years, was like a group. It was like 65 and over, and it's like not being mean, but yous aren't gonna have to deal with the consequences of this, and we are, and yous like flooded the judgment of it so much, and it's so annoying because it's always going to be that way. Annoying, but politics is incredibly important. It might be really annoying because it is so draining and horrible, but it is so important. Yeah, I feel like I've just rambled, but
not to be political.
Not to be political.
Music,
but yeah, so the summary that's been given is the Manchester-based artist or indie artist fills her addictive songs with observations of the issues infecting Gen Z, from influencer culture to the state of UK politics. Slater has been making music since she was growing up and in Bournemouth. Age 13, back then she says she was just writing songs about boys I fancied at school, but is now turning her pen to bigger issues affecting her generation. I want my music to make a mark on the world. I think I've always wanted that, she reasons. Honestly, really cool artist. I don't want to talk too much before we get into it, so we're going to kind of start with London, and this isn't one of her oldest songs. There is a bunch of on SoundCloud that we could go through. Like I've got a bunch really good ones to mention. As you've got like The Tap, you've got High, you've got so many, like Losing Friends, Blood from a Stone, Boys. Like there is so many good songs. If you ever want to go back and listen to her music on on SoundCloud, do it. London's my favourite off of the older songs. We're only going to be doing 4, so I was like, let's kind of take some, like one from the older stuff, and then like debut single.
I'm excited.
And then like song that done well, and then one of our new songs from the EP. So we're gonna be doing London. Not too much to say about this. I'm just gonna I just want to see what you think, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. We're just gonna get into it.
Okay.
So this is London by Chloe Slater. Go check it out. I'm excited.
Love bombing in the worst way. Kinda thought that my life changed, but it was try before you buy.
I like this.
Yes.
You said that in 3 months I'd be here every other week. I can't stand the way creative people speak when they get excited. And they're playing. So look me up online if you change your mind. 'Cause London shoot me up and spat me out, and out of love can't reach you now.
Okay. So I obviously like it was like very stripped back, and I like that. I struggled to understand some of the lyrics just listening to it, because I think she has like this is not meant in a mean way, by the way. This is like just an observation, but she has like a cursive singing. She does like cursive singing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of other artists do that too, who are very successful, and it's just a style. At least in this song, I don't know, and it could definitely just be like an accent thing that I'm picking up on. But I feel like this is the kind of song that will definitely grow on me with time, and as I like learn the words, it'll be like super fun to sing along with. But I don't have so much to say. But other than that, it was like, first of all, I said she's like has cursive singing, but like her vocals are super, super good. Like she's clearly really, really talented. So, yeah.
So that's like kind of like you said, like the way the pronunciation is like kind of how these songs are like it's done. Like the new stuff is different.
Okay.
It's obviously she used to write lyrics for all of these on like SoundCloud, but she stopped like before this song came out, so there is no like documented lyrics, at least from what I've tried to find. This was released a year ago. Let me double check when it was, like what date it was, if it's going to give me a date. I don't think it's going to give me a date. It was released a year ago. I don't know when it would have been, but she released our debut single on the 29th of September, so it would have been before that, probably like a little bit beforehand. It's one of those songs that like, it's super stripped back, like a lot of her style on this, before she went to like this new style, or not new style, but she kind of like stopped doing stuff stripped back and like went to like produce stuff, is like just, it's kind of, what's the word, it's like beautiful, and it fits that style, like of being stripped back. Like I would wonder how this would sound produced. Like I think it fits really well being stripped back, if you know what I mean. I'm glad you love it, like you like it, and like I hope that like if lyrics are ever released, like it'll make you appreciate the song and stuff even more, because I'd love to tell you all the lyrics, but there's some lyrics that I still catch me out, and I've listened to the song maybe maybe too much, I don't know. But it's this is the song that I told her, and when we initially released like her first short, or like short form content like explaining that she had like a new release coming out, that I put that as like the, if Chloe Slater sees this, she needs to perform London, and whenever she comes to like Edinburgh or Scotland. And then she was like, yeah, I'll do that. And I was like, yeah, thank gosh, because I want to hear it. I want to hear it live. But yeah,
love that.
I'm so glad you heard that.
Yay.
That was so fun. Sinking Feeling is her debut single, first official song on Spotify. This song is, there's a lot, like there's like a lot behind this, because so she kind of summed it up as it encompasses everything that I felt and realised about life after moving away to a big city, making friends, falling in and out of love, and struggling with my mental health. So that's how she sums it up. But this released on the 29th of September, and this is the song that I was saying, like, she tried a lot to, like, in different styles to, like, do well, and it picked up. I think everybody that listened to it, because the way the views matched up with the comments being like, oh, this is so sick, like, was like so supportive and everything. So it's like everybody that TikTok allowed to find it loved it, which is really good. But it just, I guess it wasn't getting in algorithms and stuff. It's doing a lot better now, obviously, because the other songs have done well. So now people are finding our music and actually listening to it and be like, holy shit, this is sick. Because Sinking Feeling is a beautiful song. But sonically, the track takes influence from the Japanese house in Lord, beginning with just like a vocal.
Oh my god, sorry. You knew I would love that.
Before bursting into sections of like electronic drum and like driving bass lines and guitars. The song has elements of like doubt and insecurity. However, the tone of the song bursts with hope and momentary joy. That euphoric feeling of being young, finding your people, and having your whole life ahead of you. But has had obviously like a lot of success. Once she started working with her producer Shoot, and in her team and stuff as well. Shoot's not the right. I don't know how you actually say that, but really cool person. I spoke to them in person, but I spoke to them over social. They're really nice. And all of our band are like so kind as well and so cool. But yeah, so they've been trying to create new music in a really interesting sound, and this is the start to where you hear this sound. And we'll just get into it. Sinking Feeling. This is the debut single. It's not going to be on. Maybe it will be. I can't say. I'm not going to confirm it just in case I'm wrong. But she did say it might not be. It's probably not going to be ever anywhere other than just a debut single. But it deserves its spot as a debut single because it's incredible. Let's listen to it. There you go. It worked.
I'm not sure where I live next year. Drank last night, now I've got the fear. Sometimes I wish I had it in me to shout. I'm only 19, already burned out.
Okay, first of all, like, I totally get what you're saying about the Lord vibes, because, like, I can hear it, and I love the sound in this song, like, more than the first one. I'm, like, obsessed with the sound. I love, like, the build up and, like, the breakdown at the end. Also the lyrics, like, I think that I needed to hear this song when I was, like, 19, 20, and did not know what the fuck I was doing with my life. Or even older than that, but like, it's such a relatable feeling that I can think back to, and I'm like lucky to not be in that place in my life anymore, but like she like put it into a song so perfectly, so it's good. I really like the sound of that, and I think it's definitely a song I'm gonna listen to for sure.
This is so fun. Oh gosh, this is a like a personal, like a song on like a personal note that again like is really it encapsulates it so well. Like, there's obviously times where I think it's something that everybody feels. Obviously not moving away to a big city, like that's obviously not the same for everybody, but like even just like the making friends, like falling in and out of love and struggling with mental health, and also just talking about how like being burnt out. And I think there's like such this, like, obviously it kind of comes around really well with like everybody's so tired, you just always go through that stage, and it's just life's a lot sometimes, and it's such a beautiful way of explaining sort of our situation and how she feels. I'm just glad that you like it. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's obviously like you can already tell from like the way that sounds that her like pronunciation and stuff is like better. It's like it's just that's like I think it comes with like the the stripped back style, because you're kind of like, it's like quite raspy and stuff.
I also think that, like, you know, she had a full production on this, and like whatever the producer worked on this, like, definitely helps with that kind of stuff. Or like, I don't know, I'm making an assumption that she like recorded London on her own, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I think they were. I don't know if there's been any sources, but I feel like if they were to be recorded, it would be like sort of like from like how everybody kind of records their like sort of acoustic stuff is just like in their bedroom, or like in a situation that like isn't a recording studio with like a bunch of like a team behind them and stuff. Yeah, shoot. Jack, or I'll just say Jack because it's probably easier. I'll probably get the name wrong. Jack is incredible. Like he's done, or they've done stuff on like other artists' stuff as well, and it's all awesome. And it's just it's really cool. I'm glad you like that one as well. We're gonna. Okay, so this is the song that is like blew her up to like a wider audience. I hate saying songs are like the reason people are popular, because I don't think that's the case. Like people find a song and really like it, and you get those people that don't explore the genre, like their style or their.
I think with every artist of like her size, especially like starting up nowadays, it is true, and it's unfortunate that that's the way the industry is, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah, but you get like those people that don't take any effort in like trying to find other songs from the artist. Like they just, whereas like I think a lot of people have taken 24 Hours and like heard it and been like, okay, I want to hear more, and then they've found songs like Sinking Feeling, because Sinking Feeling's doing obviously well on top of it, and then obviously the EP's doing really well on top of that as well. So it's good, because 24 Hours is one of those songs that you can definitely see, and I'm gonna ask her about this when we speak to her. I think it's one of those songs that is worrying about how like you're a smaller artist, and do you think it'll be one of those songs that'll follow you forever? Because it kind of happened at the gig, right? There was a bunch of there was obviously people that are really excited for 24 Hours. I'm excited. I love 24 Hours, but it's like just not my favorite song off like everything she's released. And I obviously just would love like other people to journey further into her music if they find 24 Hours. But the song is it's mainly about people. It's mainly about like the way that young people have grown up in like a digital age, and the ways in which we compare ourselves to influencers online. It's a struggle between being unhappy with influencers who do not use their platform and well for good, and wishing you were that influencer. And it's kind of just like, like this is based on the Molly May comment. I don't know if you ever heard that, where she was like, everybody has the same 24 hours. Did you ever hear Molly May, the person from Love Island, say that?
Yes,
okay.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
I don't live under a rock.
No, it's okay. I just wasn't sure if it was as big as that.
No, I maybe I only heard about it because I don't know if like most Americans did, but like I did.
Okay, well that's iconic. But it is like it touches on the 2 points of like, you're angry at the fact that she said that, and like that's such a dumb comment to make, like it's so insensitive. But it kind of talks about like the divide that's there. But it's like, how good do you think no matter how good do you think your morals are, like, or ethics are, like everyone wishes to be an influencer, and at the end of the day, because it's like an easier life in terms of like in ways that, and then it isn't in other ways. But it's just sort of having that, like, keep opening up that conversation around how like there is that debate online of like there's so many artists or like influencers you wish you would use their platform and well for good, and then but also being like wishing you were that influencer and being like, would you also use your platform or like your wealth and stuff in that way. But yeah, this is 24 hours. Let's get into it. Let's open it.
Okay.
The music video is fun as well.
It's not clear if I am ripening or rutting. Babe, I swear to God that I need this.
I love the reverb on that.
That was cool.
I just want to watch you unbox even more land base, because it scratches my brain. My attention span is lacking as of late. Tell me about that awful date, how you had to go home and masturbate. Your 24 hours aren't worth the same as mine.
That's super good. So catchy.
Yeah.
Like such an iconic message, like so real. But yeah, I don't have much to say, but I really like how like the music video is, because it's like it's just her in her room. She clearly like filmed it on her laptop or whatever, but like So it's like clearly like it's almost like if she had this whole high production thing, it would like not be as impactful. Like the message wouldn't be as impactful as what it is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah.
So I love that, and again, I really like the production. Like I think I really like this kind of music is like my bread and butter per se. Like it's my favorite shit. So I like it a lot.
That is. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, like you can understand why it done well. Like you draw the people in with the message of like the whole 24 hours, like walking to my 9 to 5.
Oh yeah.
Like you're allowing people to relate to that, and then you've got the catchiness of the song as well. Like that's obviously why it's done well, and our like vocals on it are crazy, and yeah. So
I'm like super curious. Like, does she ever worry about like this song? I mean, this song's probably like a good thing. Like, if she ever becomes like super super famous, like it helps people like remember that she like didn't really come from much, but also like will people like hate her for that in the future because they'll be like, we can't relate to your music anymore like we used to or whatever. But who's to say? I'm just saying shit. I think it's mostly fine. I just always think about those kind of things.
No, it's something to like think about, right? Because like you come from like obviously writing songs about this, and then if you do like eventually obviously become like rich from it or more well off from it, then it is, like that's going to be in the conversation, like that's going to be there. She actually like mentions this, and this is actually really funny because this kind of plays on. She mentions this not fully, like not it goes into it, but she like obviously mentions like the rich and like famous and stuff in this next track. This so I didn't know what to do with this, and we usually do 5 songs, but because of like just time wise, and then like even just to like break it down more because we've got that interview coming as well, we're gonna do 4. But the EP released called "You Can't Put a Price on Fun" on the 23rd of May. This houses the songs 24 Hours, Nothing Shines on This Island, which is a bop, Price on Fun, which is a bop, like and then Death Trap, which is a bop as well. Thomas Street is the one we're going to be listening to, but I cannot tell you enough, like Death Trap is so fun, and then Price on Fun is like, I think Price on Fun is maybe potentially gonna be her like our newer like popular song. Like it just has the vibes of like a song that would do well, and it is. I think it's.
So I've heard this song. It came up on my Instagram Reels recommended before I had ever followed her. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's the one with I can't remember the lyrics now off the top of my head.
It's like. It's about the one that's
fill
like...
my cup and stuff. Like, fill
yeah.
cup. Yeah, you can't put up...
That.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, well, glad I didn't go with that one. But that is like... It's
I haven't heard the whole thing. I've only heard the clips that I've seen.
Okay, well, that's one you need to go listen to after this.
Because I would have... Like, I was super intrigued by it when I saw the clip. It just came up on my feed. But I was like, oh, I might listen to this on the podcast, so I don't want to be... like spoiling myself. But yeah, like I just said that because the fact that it came up on my feed and like I hadn't followed her before or whatever means that like it's probably being pushed on socials a lot, so it'll probably become popular.
Fun. Okay, well yeah, that is definitely one that you need to like. Honestly, this whole EP is like incredible, and the new songs on the EP are really good. And she's also, when on Sunday she played 2 new tracks called 170 Driving and Harriet is so, not to say that 170 Driving isn't either, it's so good, but Harriet is like it's beautiful, and obviously she said she's going to be releasing them, but we don't know when yet, but they're going to be good as well. But Thomas Street is, so she kind of summed it up. She said, I wrote Thomas Street about the ever growing class disparities in the UK. The main inspiration was the Chanel fashion show that took place on Thomas Street in Manchester, just a week after a homeless person had died from freezing cold temperatures. The song also grapples with a certain feeling of guilt for not being grateful for the roof over your head and your minimum wage job, because it could be so much worse. I often wonder why some of the rich people in the world do not use their wealth to close the disparities, to get people off the street and save lives. It's kind of all the things I think about in the shower mixed up, but it has some of my favourite lyrics I've ever written. Especially, I don't want to be rich, I want to be famous. Which is like what I was referring to, but that's obviously like...
That's so iconic. Just that lyric in general, so I'm super excited. Let's play it.
So yeah, such a good message as well. So yeah, this is my favourite of it. Let's go. Thomas Street, kind of way. Let's go.
We watch the TV till future and I fall asleep. I'm on the open in the morning, did I ever leave? Switch off my newsfeed, I can't stand to even look at it. Be grateful for what you've got, stuck inside your mindset. We're fucked, no use in getting upset. Give up before you get more dead. We watch the TV and I preach about the world I see. They built a shelter, didn't even keep it up a week. Haven't had sex in 2 weeks cause I'm too tired. Don't have the time to be young or to be wild. Side hustles don't leave much room to feel inspired. Cover my tattoos unless so I get hired. I see people freezing on the street lights next to your fashion show on Thomas Street tonight. You think you're doing something with your fucking life.
I love the message of that song. Like, I think it's a super important message, and I love the lyrics. The one thing I have with this song, and you're gonna hate it, I don't know, I just don't like the production as much as the other ones.
Okay. Fair.
But like the lyrics are really like, yeah, like meaningful, and like the message and everything is really good, but I just feel like I don't like the production as much, which means I'm gonna listen to it less.
That's sad.
I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to love everything, but I have to be honest. That's what this podcast is about. But no, like, still really good song, and still really like really, really important message for sure.
There's so there's no production, so there's no producer written on like Genius for this track. She did say in her post for the EP that Jack Shoot made 4 out of 5 songs, and then mentioned another one for doing work on Death Trap, and another one for helping write Price on Fun, but she doesn't obviously state what one doesn't have Shoot on it. And I wonder, let me just double check. Oh no, okay, so the newer songs don't have anything produced, so it might be, I think Jack worked on all the tracks, and maybe not Death Trap, and the other one might be
on on Spotify. He's listed as a producer.
Okay, yeah, so they've all been produced by Jack except from Death Trap, which was produced by, if it lets me actually see, Henry, yeah. I'd love to give a proper shout out, but my Instagram is not loading. Henry Davies. I feel like I understand, like, you're obviously not gonna like every part about every song.
No, and I don't think it's like I don't think that it, like, I mean, they're produced by the same person, so yeah, I just think that like I think that this song would have had more impact with like a similar production to like 24 Hours.
Okay.
But because it's a little bit more stripped back, so it hits you less hard, but it has like such a, but like the meaning and the way that the song is, it has such like a important meaning. So like you want it to be something that you could like scream, which I still think it is, but I just think that the production doesn't lend itself to that as much.
And that, I mean, that's fair. Like, yeah, I think this fits my style more in terms of like what I prefer. Like, obviously I prefer everything. Like, I like the whole EP, and that's why it, like, and this song also fits, like the way it's produced fits into how I like music. So I think that's obviously, like, I'd see it differently to you, with that. But you're right, it's like it's such a important message. Like you could also see it done produced in a different way that would have like sort of maybe not an alternate effect, but just like maybe go along with it in a way that would maybe hit a wee bit harder. I think I think that we like the way it's stripped back. I think stripped back stuff hits me harder because it's like there's not as much behind it, and it's just that you're focusing on the words coming from someone. But obviously that's like how we like obviously everybody sees music different and feels different about like every single song, right? And you're right, like the track is such an important message, and it's the way it's been done.
Oh, for sure.
Is like done obviously, and it's gonna everybody's gonna have their favorites and everything. I mean, I can't even be disappointed. Like you've literally like, I'm not right. I didn't say this when it happened, but see when you said you liked Sinking no wait yeah see when you said you like Sinking Feeling, I this is so sad. I think because I care so much about the music that's being made here, and like just the message being spread, like this is such an important like message, especially to younger people to understand. Like, and I think she's someone who is reaching these younger audiences, and like will be eventually the word to be like, you know what, like if you like this is like politics is important. Like, and I think that's going to be, there is such a thing in this country where like people don't care about politics, and we're obviously not making this political, so I'm not going to say anything more than it. But it's important. So I think having her talking about these things is really important for like the younger audiences. But yeah, when you said you like Sinking Feeling, I think just because I'm so excited about it and like showing you it, like I was like I teared up a little bit. You can't see it, and I just rubbed my eyes, but I literally you might be able to see it on the video, but I it's so sad. But I think it's just because I care so much about the music that's being produced here and worked on, and yeah, I'm just being I don't know. It's just really cool, and your reaction to all these songs has been really fun. I think what it would have hurt so much is if I just showed you the songs. You're like, no, I hate these so much.
You know me, and you would have been able to tell me that I wasn't gonna like it because you have done that before. You've accurately predicted things I'm not gonna like. But anyway, I think this was like super fun episode, and it was super fun to listen to the songs. I have to give a ranking, and then we'll probably wrap it up in the interest of time. But I think I'm gonna put 24 Hours first.
Okay.
And then Sinking Feeling.
Okay.
And then London, and then Thomas Street.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair.
But they're all really good.
Yeah,
but that is my ranking.
That is
of the four.
An interesting, like, how much do you feel like if you were to give like a rank or like an understanding of how much outside of this you're gonna like go back and listen to like the songs, like the remaining songs? I definitely
will be listening to 24 Hours more.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm gonna add it to my playlist. Sinking Feeling, maybe I'll also add it to my playlist. I'll listen to the rest of the song on the EP as well, and I hope you guys do too, because you definitely should.
We were meant to be doing like I was gonna listen to an artist for the first time, but obviously because of the way this has worked, Ray's been
we'll do that when we have a free week next. So
yeah, I'm still holding off and listening to Bear, so I'm really excited that'll be eventually soon. But thank you so much for listening and for watching. Let us know your comments and like your thoughts on Chloe's music. And
thank you for listening.
Take care.
We appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.